Most people think wealth is created by working harder, earning more, or finding the right strategy. But after years of studying quantum physics, decision making, and human performance, one thing became obvious to me. Money does not respond first to effort. It responds to the state you operate from. People with the same skills and opportunities create completely different financial results based on their relationship with money. So in this video, I'll show you what abundance really means in financial terms, why many people unknowingly block wealth, and how shifting your internal relationship with money changes the level of income, opportunity, and freedom you can access. Stay until the end because the final step is the one almost everyone skips, and it's the reason abundance often feels real but never becomes sustainable wealth. Financial abundance is not about how much money you have. It never was. Financial abundance is about your relationship with money. It is about what your nervous system believes is safe to receive, safe to hold, and safe to let stay. Abundance is the belief that there is more than enough and that money can flow to you and through you without any danger. Scarcity says, I must protect what I have. Abundance says instead, I trust that more can come. And this is so important. Now, here's where this becomes very uncomfortable, but stay with me. Most people don't consciously think scarcity thoughts. They feel them. Yes, they feel them. And those feelings come from belief systems running automatically in the background. Belief systems are not opinions, they're predictions. They are the rules your nervous system uses to decide what is allowed to happen without threat. And one of the most common belief systems around money is everything has a price. This is not a spiritual law. It is not a universal truth. It is a conditioned survival program. Let this sink in. It usually formed through early experience like joy followed by loss, success followed by punishment, closeness followed by pain, or expansion followed by overwhelm, jealousy, or abandonment. So the system learns something very specific. When something good happens, something bad follows. Not consciously, biologically. This belief does not protect you from lack. It protects you from surprise, loss of control, and emotional pain. That's why the moment you want more, your body reacts. Not your mind, your body. Excitement appears, and immediately after that, restlessness. Bargaining starts like, what's the price for that? What will I lose? Will I suffer? Will somebody else suffer? What breaks after this? This is not a thinking error. This is a predictive biology. Your nervous system is trying to minimize unpredictability. And this is where the biggest misunderstanding happens. Reality does not work with prices. It doesn't. It works with coherence. A price implies guilt, punishment, exchange, or compensation. But the field does not punish. Your nervous system either allows stability or it doesn't. Your identity defines what feels safe to have. And your coherence decides what can remain without collapsing. You do not pay a price. You either allow or you block stability. This is why many people block wealth without even realizing it. Not because they don't want more, but because they don't feel worthy of more without consequences. Think about this. They unconsciously disrespect money. They feel guilty spending on themselves. They delay desire and they shrink what they really want and what they deserve. Not because they're humble, but because their belief system says, if I take too much, something will be taken from me. And they're afraid. They act out of fear. This sends a signal of limitation instead of expansion. Not morally, neurologically. Before we go deeper, one quick note. If this perspective on abundance already resonates with you and you want to explore these ideas more consistently, you can join my YouTube membership. I host regular live sessions where I go even deeper into these topics and I answer your questions live from the chat. All the details are linked below. Now, let's talk about the energy of money. Money behaves like energy, and energy must move to grow. It needs to flow to grow. When energy becomes stagnant, the system weakens. The same is true for money. When money is constantly controlled, feared, or frozen, growth slows. It fades. When money flows consciously, opportunities expand and arise out of nowhere. Saving is important, yes, but hoarding is different. Hoarding comes from fear, from the belief that safety comes from holding still. Real security comes from adaptability, from knowing that you can respond create, and adjust. This is the law of circulation. Giving and spending creates movement. Cultures that practice giving understand this deeply. But the key is intentional circulation, not reckless spending. You invest, you save, and you also allow money to express value. This teaches your nervous system something crucial. Movement is safe, and expansion does not equal danger. Now, let's talk about desire. Growth stops when comfort becomes the goal. Desire is not greed, desire is direction. Without desire, intuition has no compass. Your mind does not know where to look, and your nervous system doesn't know what to organize towards. Clear desire gives your mind a target. And when you set a clear financial goal, something shifts. Ideas begin to appear, opportunities become visible, and decisions become so much faster and clearer. Not because reality suddenly changed, but because perception sharpened and because you changed. Abundance needs clarity to work through you. Now, let's talk about respect. Respecting money changes how it treats you. This is not about obsession. It is about awareness, quality over cheapness, conscious spending over avoidance, and seeing money as a partner, not an enemy. Respect signals readiness, and your spending reflects your self-image, how you see yourself. Your spending tells the truth about who you believe you are allowed to be. When your identity expands, income follows. Wealth grows when your internal state rises. But where do these standards actually come from? Most people inherit fear-based money beliefs, like save money because bad times are coming, or don't want too much, be realistic, stuff like this. And these beliefs were often passed down with good intentions. But they create contraction, not safety. Security does not come from hoarding, it comes from vision, and abundance requires vision. Goals invite your growth, and vision creates space for creativity. Wealth expands when you allow yourself to want more without any guilt. Now we need to talk about neuroscience. You can think positively all day long. You can visualize success, you can repeat the greatest affirmations. But if you don't remove the negative thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, nothing's gonna change long term. Because from a neuroscientific perspective, this is crystal clear. One strong negative thought carries more weight than hours of conscious effort. Why? Because the brain prioritizes threat over possibilities. Negative emotions activate survival circuits, and survival always overrides aspiration. This is why we're still here as a species. So if you're subconsciously still associating money with danger, loss, guilt, or unworthiness, your system will sabotage abundance automatically without you even realizing it. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is doing its job. This is why meditation is so essential. Meditation is not relaxation, it's reprogramming. Meditation gives you access to the subconscious programs that are running your life. When you slow down, you begin to notice the moment desire arises consciously and tension follows. That's the belief system. You need to catch it in the act. And now comes the real work. Not positive thinking, not forcing or anything, but decoupling. You consciously separate expansion from punishment, joy from loss, and success from danger, just by thinking about it in a meditative state. You stay present with the sensation instead of reacting to it. Just let it be there and then send it away. That dissolves the emotional association. Then you introduce a new baseline. You teach your nervous system that good things can be calm and that they are allowed to happen, that expansion does not require payment, that stability is allowed in your daily life. This is how belief systems dissolve. And when belief systems dissolve, behavior changes. And when behavior changes, this is what creates wealth. Now, I'd love to inspire you. At some point, you must stop asking, how do I get more? And start asking, who do I want to become? Who do I need to become? What's that person that is wealthy, healthy, and has everything that I desire? Wealth is not about chasing money. It is about becoming the person who is holding it and inviting it into their lives. That version of you is not louder. It's not aggressive or more stressed. That version is calmer. It is clearer. It is more grounded, and it is much more coherent. Wealth is the side effect of becoming the person. Let's integrate this practically. Create space weekly, monthly, yearly, your entire life. And start today. Do it every day. Schedule time for growth and exploration. Allow empty moments without agenda. Let new ideas arise naturally. Don't force it. Just let it happen. Wealth often comes through unexpected doors. Actually, it has to. An opportunity needs free time to enter. You need to have a system that is ready for it. Overworking blocks expansion. Space allows intuition and chance to meet and to unite. And time, and this is so important, is a wealth multiplier. Limit your work hours to force smarter systems to appear. Delegation creates leverage. Free days create room for high-value opportunity. Just let it happen. Work onto more time for you to contemplate. And now to the formula. Money flows where respect, clarity, and space exists. Abundance is not a number. It is a cycle. Expand desire, respect money, and create space. Wealth will follow alignment, not force. Don't get me wrong, it is all about the effort, not about the outcome. But don't force it. Let it happen. It needs to flow intuitively. Understanding abundance changes how money flows to you. But abundance alone does not create results. You cannot just sit on the couch and wait for the universe to provide it to you. Wealth only grows when clarity turns into focused action. You have to meet it halfway. And that requires a specific internal state most people never learn to access. In the next video, I'll break down exactly that for you. The exact state that allows you to work less, think clearer, and create disproportionate results without burning yourself out. If you want abundance to translate into real momentum, execution, and financial expansion, this is the missing piece. So watch that next video. Do it right now.